Back to the phones, and from Lexington, Kathy Gornick joins us. Ms. Gornick, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking my call. I have two comments that I think are quite relevant to this evening's discussion, which I'm absolutely thrilled that we are having in Kentucky, so thanks to you, Bill, for doing this. The first and most fundamental question to my way of looking at things is that it is a debate about the proper role of government in the lives of the citizens of Kentucky. And I would like to say very briefly that the more we look to government, the less responsibility that individual people want to take for their health and their welfare and their well-being. We have a culture of dependency where someone else is going to figure out and try to make the hard decisions about living a good life for us, and that is never, ever going to work. The second point I want to make is a very, very important concept that a French economist from the 1850s made about what is seen and what is not seen. And when you talk about a 75-cent tax on a pack of cigarettes, you can see all the revenues that it generates. Those of us who take joy in punishing people who for engaging in behavior they don't approve of will applaud this effort. But what is not seen is the 75 cents or whatever it is per pack of cigarette money is taken out of the private sector economy. And in fact, as a business owner, I would totally be against it, because it means that all the other businesses are going to be without that money, and it is going to hurt the economy. So 2 points: proper role of government in the lives of the citizens, and to understand what is seen and not seen, according to Frederick Bastiat.
Will probably
Dr. Paul, how would you respond? That's another
All
scenario.
I can say is, Bill, is what an intelligent audience. Quoting Frederick Bastiat from France in the 1850s, what an intelligent audience. Bastiat had a great essay, and everybody should read this. It's called The Broken Window Fallacy. And the whole point is, and you hear this from the Chamber of Commerce all the time, this industry comes in and the ripples and ripples of where all this money comes from, but nobody ever adds up how much it costs. Like if it costs $100 million in subsidies, they ignore all that. You know, they ignore that money because it came invisibly from thousands and thousands of taxpayers, but they see the $100 million plant that's built, or we get all this tax money, but we don't see the thousands of people you took pennies from to build this $100 million structure. You see only the bright, shiny structure that government builds, the brand new industry and all the money they spend, but you never add up all the money that it took in taxpayers, all the individual taxpayers to pay for it. And his point was, you can't break a window and improve the economy by breaking the window and increasing the glazier's trade and all the people to glazier then buy shoes and books and the whole craziness of trying to improve the economy by spending tax money.
Well, in a matter of full disclosure, Ms. Gornick has been a guest on this program. She is also chair of the Bluegrass Institute for Public Policy Solutions. And also, we must say that Bastiat is quoted quite liberally in your father's new book. Your father, Ron Paul, the presidential candidate, Campaign for Liberty, and is mentioned frequently in that new book. So that clarifies everything. And Dr.
He also talked about the invisible hand, and the invisible hand is what drives. It's the profit motive that drives efficiency, but it doesn't do it. People think of profit, those greedy capitalists with profit. Profit is what drives efficiently distributing goods. That's why people are so rich. It's why the poorest people in our country, my favorite story of the Soviet Union is the Soviet Union put on these propaganda ads to show how horrible New York cities were and how horrible our cities were, and they showed the slum in New York. But in all the windows there were TVs flickering, and the people in the Soviet Union said, look how rich their poor people are. They all have TVs. I'll swap you. I'll take 3% more than the sales tax for no income tax. You want to do that?
Absolutely.
Paul, I would
15
say,
seconds.
Before our eyes glaze over with budget statistics, always remember the money belongs to the people, to the taxpayers. It does not belong to government. We have to give some up, but it should always be a minimum.